Welcome back. In this lecture, you are going to learn how to develop new skills and learn new topics using ChatGPT. Now, it doesn't matter if you're a complete beginner, intermediate, or advanced, ChatGPT is going to be one of the best teachers in the world. In fact, when you think about it, ChatGPT is the collection of pretty much all of the teachers in the world, able to teach you pretty much anything. So this is amazing. I'm going to pretend that I am a beginner programmer. Now, if I was a truly from scratch beginner programmer, I might ask ChatGPT something like, teach me Python programming as a complete beginner. But let's say that you are not a complete beginner. Let's say that you have some knowledge within coding and you want to learn something specific within, say, Python coding. I could write, explain the concept of lists in Python and provide some examples. So I'm going to send this away. So I've gotten a great response from the master teacher ChatGPT, and it says, a list in Python is a built-in data type that can contain multiple items in a specific order. Each item has its position, also known as an index that can be referred to. The first item is at index 0 and the second at index 1 and so on. Lists can contain many types of integers, floats, strings, other lists, and even objects. You can mix types in the same list. Here's how you can create a list in Python. So here we are getting the first example, and let's say that I want to learn how to access this list. So the first thing I can do is that I can just go ahead and grab the code of this list. This is the first list. And for practicing purposes, I'm going to be using a Python console at jupyter.org. So I'm going to write it in here. That's going to be the first one, my list. And here's another one that uses strings. I'm going to copy this code. And here's another one that is a mixed list. I'm going to copy this code too. And then I'm just going to run it. So now we have three different lists. So now that I'm learning about lists and I've been given the list, I can learn starting off by just learning how to access them. So it says you can access items in a list by their index. In Python, indexing start at 0, which means that the first element is at position 0, the second is at position 1, and so on. So I would use this code print and then the list and then the index. So I'm going to try and see if I can work with this. So I have three lists, my list, fruits, and mixed list. I'm going to start off by writing print, and then I'm going to use my underline list, the first one, and then I'm going to add in the index. So I'm going to add in index 0. So if I'm understanding this correctly, index 0 should produce the number 1 because the index, the actual counting starts with 0, but the first one here, the actual 0, is the number 1. So let's see. And it prints 1. So this seems to be true and this seems to be working. Let's say that I use print and then I'm going to access fruits and I'm going to do, let's go for cherry. So cherry should technically be number 2 in the index like this. And let's see the results. And we get cherry. And finally, let's just access mixed list as well. And for the mixed list, I'm going to use index 3, which should produce this one, 4 and 5. Let's see. Oh, and I can see that I actually missed the last piece of code here. So I'm going to repair that one. I'm going to copy it, paste it in. There we go. Let's see if we can get it to work now. And we can, and it produces 4 and 5. So this is a great way of using ChatGPT to practice a skill you've been given. Now, of course, when I'm understanding how to access the list, I can also see how the list is built. I can start creating my own list. I can start accessing this list, and that's how I develop my skills. And this is just from practicing lists specifically in Python. So when it comes to learning new skills and topics using ChatGPT, the sky literally is the limit. You will get what you ask for. So let's say that we have a problem like you want to learn how to become a great public speaker and you're very nervous. So I could write something like, teach me to become a great public speaker despite my fear of public speaking, and then hit enter. And then we're getting a bunch of amazing tips and practices that we can start using to become an amazing public speaker and overcome our fear of public speaking. Now, whenever you decide to learn any new skill or any new topic with ChatGPT and you combine that with the goal setting and goal tracking, you, my friend, are in for a treat. You can literally learn anything. The sky is the limit. So make sure you put the practice in, you use ChatGPT, you learn new skills and develop yourself because there is basically no limitations here. Put it to good use, enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next lecture.